Hey guys, Cammy from the fish room. Behind me, the wet door, is my fish room. So in today's video I'm going to invite you into here. I'm sorry it's a little bit dark out here, it's getting a little bit later at night. So yeah, basically I'm going to do a tour of my fish room. It's not how it used to be, it's definitely changed, it has evolved a lot. It's not how I would like it. But it is what it is. It's where I come out here, spend an hour or so a day when I can, just to kind of relax and enjoy my fish and breed a few things and that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, give us a comment, let us know what you want to see, and feel free to check out our website www.thefishroom.co.nz and check out our Facebook page as well and give that a like. Alright guys, I suppose I'll see you on the inside of this door. Catch you later. Alright guys, so we are in. So welcome to my personal fish room. So basically this is what you see in here. So not every aquarium has got lights on or over it. Basically I don't see the point of having lighting on if I don't have any plants growing in them. If you look up here, it's all running on a central airline system. Runs all the way around the room. And there's a big dirty old compressor outside. Might be too dark. There's light on. Big dirty old compressor up there that runs it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right, so first thing you'll possibly notice is that this is a multi-purpose room, also known as a place to store all the junk from my house. But we'll stick to the aquariums. So up here, the blue turks, they spawned before. Can't quite remember if I got wrigglers or not. They were in a different aquarium at the time and then I hooked them out into here. Since they've been in here they've given me absolutely nothing, but they're very, very nice looking fish. So that's basically up here. It's 1200 by 600 aquarium. Just them in there, and as you'll notice throughout the video, a truckload of trumpet snails in here. Right. Below it, a whole heap of dwarf sedge, and very small little red tiger lotus, and green bar claya. So I've got a group of cherry bulbs in here that I'm looking to spawn from, and there is a couple of Colombian tetras in here that were spawned in this aquarium. I took the other ones out, but these guys were quite small, so I didn't realise that they were still in there. So they've just been growing out in here. I'll take them back into the shop one day. So again, this is another 4-foot tank. I've had this one running for a while, as you can probably see with all the algae at the back of it. It's also had a pretty bad case of cyanobacteria going on in here, or sock snot. Just about rid of it, but there's still quite a bit in there. But you know, it's a process. I'll keep working on it. But the gist of this tank is I was basically dwarf sedging the odd plants, and I wanted to grow the cherry bulbs from it. Down below. Whoops, sorry guys, I pushed the wrong button. So down below, I've got an aquarium with goldfish and albino bristlenose growing out in it. That's about it. Normally I wouldn't recommend putting the two together. Unfortunately, when the big 6-foot tank behind me exploded, I had the goldfish in it. And they had to go somewhere, and all that was in this tank was the albino bristlenose, so that's why they went in here. There is probably at least 200 of the little buggers in here, of the bristlenose, and there's probably 80 or so goldfish in here. There's quite a few that I'm slowly bringing in through the shop. It gets regular water changes. This one gets basically 2 a week because there's quite a lot of fish in there. So we'll go with up here, get my hose out of the way. Got a breeding group of golden bristlenose, dead on a clutch, no, not today. Excuse me. So there is 2 males and 1 female mature size in here, and there is a heap of little goldens around everywhere. So there's probably 1 generation, there's another generation there, and you might be able to see some other ones. No, they're all hiding. There is also what I believe is a platy in here somewhere, a big female. I've had her in here for a while. I haven't seen a single fry. She's definitely up the spud, but nothing has come of it, which is annoying me. Next one over, Java moss and Moscow guppy. So it's male female in here. I sold the group that I had, and these 2 were minuscule at the time and I completely missed them, and I was just looking into the aquarium one day that they were in, and there was a couple left, so I hooked them out into over here, and they've been trucking away since. So I'm hoping I'm breeding on these guys fairly soon. Next tank over here, Java moss again, Japan blue guppies. So I don't know if the lighting's going to show you too much in this, but it's really nice. As you can see, pretty much all these tanks are covered in aquarium, covered in duckweed. Gives them something to chew on, also gives a bit of space for the fry to hide. There is a few fry in here. I can see right now at least 10. You probably can't pick it up, but I can see at least 10. In here, breeding group of brown bristlenose. Will we see any fry? There's one up there, one on the back, there's a few in there, and I've just spotted my first swordtail fry in here as well. So there was a male and a couple of females in here, and there's a fry there. That's the first fry that I've got from this group, so it's pretty cool. In this one here, I've got my yellow guppies. Female's got a good bit of size on her, so pretty happy with that. Then a Java fern. Yeah, that's just all for the fry to hide from. No fry in this one yet, just the adults. And here, full red guppies. So I've done a video on both the yellow guppies and the red guppies, and there's also a bit dark to see. I'll bring this light over. Gonna work? No, it's run away. Oh, there it is. There's also a pair of German rams in this aquarium as well. So these are all 3-foot tanks along here, and there's 2 foots here. So in here I've got another blue Turk discus. This one was given a bit of a beat down, so it's in here recovering. It's looking pretty good. It's probably ready to go back to the shop and be sold. So the water is very brown. Before this was in here I had lots of wood, lots of leaf. That's where I was growing up the Holland Rams for the display tank. Down here, again the lighting's pretty average, I'm sorry. More albino bristlenose. There is a truckload in this room right now. So that is those ones. Mrs. just basically tapped me on the shoulder saying she needs me. We'll cut here and I will do some more in a minute. Alright, so we're back. So in here I've got a trio of golden black mollies. There's one there, decided not to sit under the light. That is basically all that's in here, and a bit of driftwood, and that's essentially it. In here again a truckload of duckweed. Behind the duckweed, or under the duckweed, and behind the green spot algae, there's Basmati rainbows. So these guys again have been spawned in this aquarium. I had a group of 8 or 9 adults. I'd had them for about a year and I was trying to spawn them and I got absolutely nothing. I thought, bugger it, I'm going to sell them. So I sold them, and then about 3 or 4 days later I came in here and checked out the aquarium and I saw a fry. And I was absolutely gutted that I got rid of the adults after I finally got them to spawn. Well, after they finally spawned. So these are the leftovers, or the fry from that. I think there's about 8 in here. There's a fair few, they're doing alright. So I'm fairly happy with that. In here there was a truckload of crypts. I had a bit of an issue with the light timer for a while and I didn't realise that it wasn't going on, and basically all of my crypts melted down to nothing. This tank was full, you could not see the bottom, it was just crypts. That dwarf lily there, and there was a green barclaya in here as well, which has melted down to nothing as well. So I'm hoping the barclaya comes back. The crypts are very slowly coming back, and the lily didn't really get affected. So that's that one. There's also a little bit of a Nubius in there. So we got that one there. We come over to this side, and we've got some tetras and some danios that I'm growing up that I want to spawn as well. Some neons, glow light, Stella, longfin zebra danios. That's it, that's in here. So I'm just growing these out, and when I get round to it, once I clear up this rest of this rack, I'll be having to go with them. And here I've got a truckload, and I mean a truckload of red devil fry. So if anyone's looking for some red devils, let me know. I've got a heap of them. And here, Java fern and T-bars. So these are the ones I took from the shop a few weeks ago that I said I was going to take home to grow out. So far so good. They're growing fairly rapidly, which is cool. Really like these fish. I think they're absolutely stunning. Still got a few left in the shop if you are interested in some. But these guys are definitely going to stick with me. Might see if I can get a couple of pairs out of it. And here, Java fern, Java moss, and some various tetras, some raspora. That I'm just looking after for a friend. He's just moved from Nelson up to Wellington, and just to make his life a little bit easier, I've taken his fish from, so I'm looking after them. Once his tank is set up and cycled, which it's doing at the moment, I'm going to send them back up to him. Yeah, as you can see, duckweed everywhere. And here I've got a group of 4 angelfish and some Java fern. Was going to grow them out and try and get a pair out of them and spawn from them. I'm not sure if I'll do that now, but we'll see. And here, got my guppy breeding tank. So these are basically the sort of guppies that I bring into the shop. Nothing wrong with them. They're just nothing overly amazing. There's the odd female in here I might take out and try and put over some of my lime breed stuff. But yes, the guppies in here. So this is the first time also that I've used one of these fry saving devices. I've never used them before, but I grabbed one from the shop, thought I'd give it a go so that I can give everyone my opinion and my thoughts on it who are looking at breeding live bearers. So I put this in here today. So this female's been in there for a matter of maybe 2 hours, and so far nothing. Didn't really expect anything, to be honest. So I've got a chunk of coral rock in there to harden the water, which is kind of probably doing nothing with that big chunk of wood. But yes, bit of Java fern in there. There was a truckload of duckweed, but there's no light over it, so it hasn't really grown. But you know, you can see there is plenty in here and throughout the room, so I just chuck it over when I can. This tank did have albino bristlenose in it. I found that it was leaking, so it's now empty. I'm going to take it out and repair it or break it one day. Got a couple of female longfin golden bristlenose in here. I would like to find a male to put with them, but at this stage it's just the 2 females. So if anyone in New Zealand, or particularly Nelson, has a longfin male bristlenose golden variety, let me know. I would like to buy it off you to spawn from. So that's the gist of it. Where are we going to here now? This is the big 6-foot tank that I've got left. Got my nicks in it and my waru. There's a nick. Might be able to get him. No. So this is the filter that I did the video on. I still have not got any clips for it. That doesn't really surprise anybody, I'm sure. So the macaws or the nicks, absolutely stunning fish. Real beautiful, amazing colours on them. Just not quite come into the light. They're really cool, funky fish. worry ain't going to come out either. They're also a really nice looking fish. I can chuck some food in there. That might help them out. So these are my crypt tanks of doom. As I've been busy at the shop, I have completely neglected them and I forgot to fill them up with water. So this was my crypt collection, my immersed crypt collection. I'm fairly confident that they will come back. They just look really rough and rubbish right now. Plenty of mould and plenty of gross stuff in here. I put some water in here the other day and they've already perked a lot of them up. They were a lot worse than this, but they seem to be going okay now. Better than what they were. At one stage, all of these tubs were full of crypts and they were just green and lush and it looked absolutely amazing, but as I got busy, I neglected them, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm fairly confident with crypts, as long as the roots stay good, you're generally pretty good. And most of them have begun to come back already, so I'm fairly confident with that. Tank that broke. Yep, still sitting here, still broken. I might be around fixing it one day, or getting rid of it. So this is a stack of food that I have. So basically I like to try as much various foods, various products as I possibly can. So when I say to you guys, yep, I've tried this, I like it, it's because I actually have tried it and I have enjoyed it, or I haven't enjoyed it depending on the product. So that's just a small sample of what I got hanging around. And there's more empty containers that I've tried. Same with all the Flourish range, Prime and stuff like that. If I say I use it, it's because I actually do, and I do all my sampling in here. Another aquarium, more bits, filter wool. There's more bits, there's bits everywhere. That I think is all of it. So there's another one of the males. Fairly certain that is the tour of my fish room the way it is. It has changed a lot right through the guts here. There used to be a big stand in the middle that probably held about 30 odd aquariums, very small ones for breeding and for fry. Used to be there, it is not there anymore, obviously. I used to have a 6-foot tank sitting on that, a 5-foot tank sitting on that. I had 3-footers there, and there. Through here was full of African cichlids. I had shellies up here. I had these with other 2-foot tanks with other African cichlids, or the altos. I've had various fancy plecos tucked in through all of these. So it's definitely evolved to how I originally wanted my fish room. But it is what it is. Basically I had display tank, display tank, display tank, display tank, display, and then all through here I was using to grow plants and to spawn various things. So this rack was being used for that. I was growing out and trying to spawn in through here with the altos and the shellies. Same through here, this was all plants and it was all growing out various bits and pieces and trying to spawn as well, and anything I was spawning I was chucking in through here, and I was also spawning or trying to spawn through here as well. So my fish room has changed significantly. You may notice that there is only 1 or 2 heaters in here. There's one there and there is one in here. When I built the room with in mind of trying to keep it as warm as possible. So when we literally put this wall in here, it was a single car garage until we make the room, and every single wall is full of pink bats. The roof is full of pink bats, so basically it's quite warm. So the lights and the 2 heaters keep basically every single one of these aquariums around about 24 degrees. I checked them all this morning, and they were, most of them around between 24 and 25, so that was pretty good. The outside tubs were a lot colder than that. I was a little bit surprised, but in here we were going pretty well. So the insulation's done its job, and even with the cold air coming from the outside on the air pumps, it goes okay. Like I said, we built it with that in mind. So I think that's probably about it. There's nothing more to show you. Kind of getting tucked up there. This had no light over for about 8 months. It just kind of turned up one day. I don't remember chucking a bulb in there, but I probably did. And it's just slowly but surely growing. Very, very pretty discus. Alright, I don't think I've got much more to show you. I'll do another quick round, but it's pretty much pointless, I would suspect. Very nice looking female guppy. Alright guys, well I'll leave it with that. Hopefully I'll actually get rid of this aquarium soon, and I'll clean off this rack, and I might actually do a couple of display tanks in through here. I've got a couple of aquascapes that I think would fit there quite nicely, a couple of 3-foot tanks, things that I have in mind. Also have another one of these Aquarium 40 litre aquariums sitting outside that I'm going to do an aquascape in as well. It's just a matter of finding the room. When I do them, I will do videos, I will do photos, I will do constant updates of them to keep everybody knowledgeable of what's happening. You don't need to see my cricket gear, and now I'm just rambling. I probably have been rambling for quite a while. So, I will leave it at that. I hope you guys have a really good evening or day, whenever you want to watch this. I'll catch you later, and happy fish keeping. I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you later. Have a good one. Alright guys, so there you have it. There is a very quick tour of my fish room that I have at home. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to our videos and our channel. Give it a like our Facebook page. We're on Instagram as well. If you want to jump on that, give that a hoon as well. Again, if you don't like it, that's sweet as, chuck the downy thumb on it, no dramas, but let us know why. Again, striving to improve on everything. So we've come to that part of the video where I tell you what you're going to get cheap this week from us at the fish room. So I figure because we're actually in my fish room, let's hook you up with some cheap fish. So let's make it 15% off all livestock this weekend only. So that is going to be coral, fish, plant, saltwater fish, whatever it is, 15% off. And all you've got to say to us in the shop is, hey guys, hook us up with some cheap fish. That's simple. Get 15% off any of your livestock purchase. And on the website, www.thefishroom.co.nz, chuck in the coupon code cheapfish and we'll knock 15% off all the livestock that you buy as well. That's simple guys, that's simple. Alright, I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys have a pleasant afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is, whatever time it is that you're watching this. We'll leave you at that. Happy fish keeping and catch you later. Have a good one guys.